Doc, massive game on the weekend. I suppose you know the equation. You've got to win to, try and hold on to top spot of that top two. How goes without saying, but how big a game for you this weekend?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. As you've highlighted, the outcome is pretty significant. So yeah, we'll be out there to do our best to obviously get a result. And if we play the way we want to play, then we're obviously confident we can do so.
You've been so good with injuries. Your depth's been tested. You passed just about every test. You're probably sick of asking, but I guess because she has been out for 5 weeks, is Chelsea any closer? And are you prepared to lock her in for this week, or are you going to wait a bit longer?
She's ever closer. Yeah, so no, we're confident that she'll be available, but she's obviously still got to get through training tonight. And if she does so, then yeah, we're really hopeful that she'll run out on the weekend.
Brilliant. I'll pass it over. Thanks, Doc. Good luck.
Thank you.
Channel 7.
Hello, Doc. Theo here. How are you?
I'm well, Theo. How are you?
Excellent. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I was just wondering, mate, it's a long season. I mean, I know you get tired of talking about outcomes and where that sort of thing sits. Could you maybe just talk to us about what your message has been to your players to sort of stay resilient and just to encounter maybe a few unpredictable challenges that you may have faced this year?
Yeah, no, there's been some unpredictable challenges, no doubt. We lost, like every team, we lost a few through COVID and a few that were close contacts. So that was obviously a challenge that everyone had to confront. But overarching, it is still a relatively short season. So 10 games. There's lots of ups and downs and highs and lows within that period, but it's certainly been really enjoyable. And I don't think, because of the brevity of the season, in many respects, it makes it easy to stay focused, because clearly there's no opportunity for a let up, and therefore we get to the end of the season and we're still firing, we're still ready to go. It's a shame in some respects that it is so short. It would be nice to kick on and play a few more.
Has there been something in particular that sort of caught you off guard? Did you learn something about yourself or the playing group that you might not have known through a few of these challenges?
No, don't think so. No, I knew we had a group. We were really confident going into round one that the depth of the squad was really strong, and that we would have to lean on it, because it was a fairly uncertain environment that we were operating in. So in terms of learning, no, we expected that might be the case, and pleasingly, when players have had opportunity, they've been able to come in and do really well. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that we've learned a great deal on that front. I guess you have a belief, and then I guess the thing that you learn is that belief holds pretty true.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What would happen if you and your team kicked straight, do you think?
We would register a larger score on the scoreboard, and that would be good.
That would be very good. Does that scare opposition then, do you think? The fact that if you click and do kick straight, I mean, you're top of the table and league leading now, or close enough. If you kick straight, no one's going to come within a bull's roar of you.
No, I wouldn't say that. What I would say is, yeah, we're working on our accuracy. There's no doubt it's been not exactly where we want it to be. But often, when I reflect back on them, there's generally only 2 or 3 a week where you think, oh, I reckon we should have got that. A lot of the time, the shots are under pressure. They're perhaps not from the zones that we prefer to be kicking from. So there's probably a bit of work to be done more in that space rather than in the pure, the really gettable ones. So just in terms of our method to try and generate better shots at goal, and then probably also to continue to train the shots that are tougher, the pressured shots where, you've got people hanging off you and that sort of thing. So yeah, there's, clearly an area that we've got to get better, but there's still some time. So hopefully maybe this week would be nice.
Lastly for me, does anything change in terms of messaging, preparation, approach when it does come to finals? Is it hard to stay sort of in the same way you've been all year, given the outcome, I guess? Is it hard to ignore the outcomes?
Not for me, but I don't know. It'd be a good question to ask our players. we're in pretty constant contact with them around how they're feeling, how they're preparing, and but ultimately, I think the preparation, it's kind of as I highlighted earlier, I think the 10-game season means that every game has a lot riding on it. There's no opportunity to sort of have a down week. So therefore, that's a bit like finals, isn't it? So you have a lot of preparation throughout a really short season for what's to come. So our focus has been pretty good thus far, and I'm really confident that particularly this weekend, I've got no real interest in any else external outcome in terms of other games, etc. I really just want to see us play the way I know we can play, and if we do that, I think we'll have a good day.
I think you will as well. Thank you very much.
Channel 10, please.
Afternoon, Doc. Just following on from Brenny with Chelsea, if she is available, is it expected, because she's right to play, she'd play a full game? And same goes for the rest of the team. If the results sort of beyond doubt against the Saints, you sort of look to just back a couple off?
No, we're going to play to the line. My experience is if you go in worrying about those sort of things, you just reduce your focus, and in doing so, you can increase the risk. So my version is play the game. It's not a long game. Play it to the line. Finish this when the final siren finishes. Assess where you're at and move forward. I don't enter this game with any preconceived plan around managing any player, whether in terms of selection or within the game. We're going to play to the line.
Going into your final game for the home and away season, do you reckon the teams exceeded your expectations before you looked into it around one?
I thought we had a tough draw. I thought we had a really tough draw. So in terms of the wins and losses, I had no definitive expectation but in terms of the way we've played, no, I'm really comfortable that I thought we would play good footy this year. You never know what's coming up from the other sides. And what we've seen is that, particularly the top 6, 7 teams, the standard's really high, and we haven't had an easy game, is the reality. Every game we've played has been hard fought. On occasion, we've been able to break free in fourth quarters, but the competition's tough, and to win one game is really tough. And we're ecstatic that we've been able to win 8. But no, the expectation was that we would play strong, competitive footy, and that's what we've done.
Thank you, Mark.
No worries.
Does anyone have any further questions? No, we all good?
Well, I'll ask myself a question. We're going to debut a player this week. So Zoe Prowse will play her first game for the footy club. So that's really exciting for us as a club, and for her, obviously, as an individual. So she'll come into the side, and we'll also have Mackenzie Darrick playing her first game for the Crows. She's played AFLW previously, but she's an exciting talent, and I know that once you see her play, you're going to really enjoy what she brings to the table. So a couple of changes, which won't be announced until Saturday officially, but there's a little scoop for you.